On November 19, 2024, the world watched with bated breath as Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a significant shift in Russia's nuclear doctrine. This marked the first major revision since 2020, immediately sparking concern and condemnation from global leaders. The announcement came amidst heightened tensions between Russia and the West, casting a long shadow over international relations and raising serious questions about the future of global security. The new doctrine, shrouded in controversy, fundamentally alters the conditions under which Russia might use its nuclear arsenal. This change, according to Putin, is a necessary response to the growing threats faced by the Russian state. However, critics argue that this shift in policy signals a dangerous escalation in nuclear rhetoric and could have dire consequences for global stability. The world now grapples with the implications of this new doctrine, attempting to decipher its true intentions and potential ramifications. As nations adjust their strategies in response to Russia's move, one thing remains clear: the specter of nuclear conflict looms larger than ever before. The coming months and years will prove crucial in determining whether this new era leads to greater instability or if cooler heads can prevail to avert disaster. The most alarming aspect of Putin's announcement lies in the redefinition of Russia's red lines. Previously, Russia maintained a policy of using nuclear weapons only in retaliation to a nuclear attack on its territory, or that of its allies. This new doctrine, however, significantly lowers the threshold for nuclear deployment. It grants Russia the right to resort to nuclear weapons in response to a conventional attack that it deems a threat to the existence of the Russian state. This ambiguous wording has sent shockwaves through the international community, raising concerns about potential miscalculations and unintended escalation. The expansion of scenarios justifying nuclear response has been met with widespread condemnation. Critics argue that it undermines decades of efforts to prevent nuclear proliferation and erodes the international norms surrounding the use of these devastating weapons. The world now faces the daunting task of navigating this new reality, where the line between conventional and nuclear conflict has become dangerously blurred. In his address, Putin attempted to assuage international concerns by framing the new doctrine as a purely defensive measure. He insisted that Russia remains committed to the principle of no first use of nuclear weapons, and that this change simply reflects the evolving security challenges faced by the nation. He pointed to the ongoing expansion of NATO, increasing military activity near Russia's borders, and the perceived threat from Western-backed regimes as justification for this shift in policy. By lowering the threshold for nuclear response, Putin aims to deter potential adversaries from engaging in actions that could threaten Russia's sovereignty and territorial integrity. However, many international observers remain skeptical of Putin's claims. They view the new doctrine as a thinly veiled attempt to intimidate Russia's opponents and solidify its position on the world stage. The timing of the announcement amidst heightened tensions with the West further fuels these suspicions. Predictably, the international community has reacted to Putin's announcement with a mixture of alarm and condemnation. The United States and its NATO allies have been particularly vocal in their criticism, denouncing the new doctrine as dangerous and irresponsible. They argue that it undermines strategic stability and increases the risk of miscalculation, potentially leading to a catastrophic nuclear conflict. The US has called on Russia to reconsider its decision and engage in meaningful dialogue to reduce tensions. The European Union has echoed these concerns, expressing deep regret over Russia's decision and urging a return to dialogue and diplomacy. Globally, many nations have expressed anxieties about the potential for an arms race and the erosion of international arms control agreements.